Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. Rumors in the NFL have a way of spreading faster than a quarterback under pressure. And right now, the rumor mill is spinning around none other than the New England Patriots, where head coach Mike Vrabel allegedly dropped a bombshell that has sent shockwaves through the locker room. According to insiders who claim to have spoken directly to team sources, Vrabel hinted that there is a player contaminating the squad, a phrase that has left everyone from fans to analysts scratching their heads and speculating wildly about what he meant. The use of the word contaminating is particularly provocative, as it suggests not just a poor performance on the field, but a potentially toxic presence off the field, disrupting team chemistry in ways that numbers and statistics simply cannot measure. Speculation is rampant, with some pointing fingers at veteran players rumored to have disagreements with the coaching staff, while others believe it could be a younger player struggling to adapt to the strict Patriots culture. In interviews following practice, Vrabel refused to name names, fueling the fire even further, while insisting that accountability and professionalism are paramount for the team's success. Sources close to the locker room suggest that tension has been simmering for weeks, with teammates noticing subtle rifts during meetings and practice sessions, where communication has been slightly off and morale, according to insiders, has been dipping. The Patriots, known historically for their disciplined and tightly knit locker room under the Belichick era, are now reportedly facing a challenge that might test Vrabel's leadership skills in ways that go beyond XS and OS on the playbook. Fans have taken to social media, dissecting every practice clip, every post-game comment, trying to piece together clues about who might be the so-called contaminator. Analysts speculate that this could be related to off-field behavior, disagreements with the coaching staff, or even a clash of personalities with key starters, although nothing has been confirmed. While Vrabel's phrasing was intentionally vague, insiders suggest that his comment was not hyperbolic, but rather a measured observation meant to send a message to the entire squad. The timing of this revelation, just weeks before critical games, adds another layer of drama, suggesting that Vrabel might be strategically applying pressure to force accountability. The Patriots front office, naturally, has been tight-lipped about the situation, refusing to comment on speculation, which only fuels the rumor mill further. Internally, though, reports indicate that meetings have been called to address team culture and reinforce the standards expected of every player, from rookies to veterans. The word contamination has become a trending topic among sports journalists and social media influencers, with theories ranging from locker room politics to personal conflicts that have escalated behind closed doors. Players are reportedly aware of the whispers, and some sources suggest that subtle alliances and tensions have emerged, creating an undercurrent of drama that is usually hidden from the public eye. Vrabel's reputation as a no-nonsense coach who demands discipline and focus is being tested, and insiders claim he is determined to confront the issue head-on rather than ignore it, sending a clear signal that disruptive behavior will not be tolerated under his tenure. Meanwhile, fans debate whether this revelation could affect the Patriots' performance in upcoming matchups, wondering if the locker room friction might translate into sloppy play or miscommunication on the field. Adding fuel to the fire, some journalists hint that the contaminating player could be someone expected to be a key contributor this season, which raises questions about Vrabel's decision-making and willingness to bench or discipline high-profile players. Speculation is mounting around a handful of potential candidates, with each rumor seeming to contradict the last, creating an almost cinematic narrative that has captivated followers of the NFL. Analysts suggest that Vrabel's cryptic statement might be a strategic move designed to unify the team under a common purpose, forcing players to examine their own commitment to the collective goal. Others argue it could backfire, leading to mistrust and further divisions if players feel unfairly targeted or scapegoated. With every press conference, every social media post, and every insider tweet dissected with a fine-tooth comb, the Patriots locker room has become the epicenter of NFL intrigue, with Mike Vrabel positioned as both the strict disciplinarian and the central figure in this unfolding drama. Rumors suggest that the fallout might not be contained to the locker room, with some insiders hinting that this situation could impact trade considerations or the activation of certain players from injured reserve. The term contamination has sparked an endless loop of analysis and conjecture, with fans theorizing about everything from attitude issues to questionable off-field habits that could jeopardize team unity. In this context, Vrabel's leadership style, often described as intense yet motivational, is being tested in real time, with observers wondering if he can maintain control over a group of high-profile athletes who are under more scrutiny than ever. Social media platforms are flooded with speculation, memes, and wild guesses, as every player's demeanor, post-practice interviews, and on-field interactions are parsed for hidden clues about the identity of the rumored disruptive force. Analysts are also debating the possible psychological impact on the team, arguing that unresolved tension could manifest in unexpected ways during critical games, especially as the Patriots aim for playoff contention. Meanwhile, Vrabel's calm exterior and measured comments suggest a calculated approach, leaving room for interpretation while maintaining authority over the narrative. According to sources, Vrabel's comment was not a spontaneous remark, but the result of repeated observations over multiple weeks, indicating that the issue might have been brewing under the surface for some time. Internal team meetings are reportedly more intense than usual, with discussions around accountability, team cohesion, and professionalism dominating agendas. The Patriots, known for their rigorous preparation and mental toughness, are facing a situation that challenges the very foundation of their culture, raising questions about whether even disciplined environments can remain impervious to interpersonal conflicts. Fans and pundits alike are scrutinizing Vrabel's every move, wondering if his approach will lead to a resolution or escalate tensions further. The uncertainty surrounding the situation has also led to speculation that other teams might monitor the Patriots' locker room dynamics, potentially seeking to exploit perceived weaknesses on game days. Despite the swirling rumors, the organization's official messaging emphasizes unity, resilience, and focus, although insiders suggest that behind the scenes, the atmosphere is far more complex and charged. Insiders close to the Patriots claim that Vrabel has held one-on-one meetings with players to subtly address issues, hinting that the contaminator might already be aware of their impact on the team. Such private interventions are consistent with Vrabel's reputation as a coach who balances firmness with mentorship, aiming to correct behavior without creating unnecessary public drama. The approach, however, carries risks, as players may interpret private conversations differently, potentially escalating misunderstandings if not handled delicately. Meanwhile, rival teams and media outlets are relishing the narrative, dissecting every potential angle and predicting how the rumor might affect upcoming matchups. The storyline has grown beyond a simple locker room issue, evolving into a saga that intertwines leadership, personality, strategy, and psychology, captivating audiences far beyond the usual Patriots fanbase. Analysts predict that the resolution, or lack thereof, could define Vrabel's legacy in New England, as his ability to manage internal conflict will be scrutinized alongside wins, losses, and tactical decisions on the field. As the speculation continues, insiders warn that the situation is fluid, with the potential for sudden developments that could reshape team dynamics overnight. Any confirmation, denial, or revelation could spark a media frenzy, forcing players, coaches, and management to respond in real time to maintain credibility and authority. The rumor has effectively created a subplot that runs parallel to the Patriots' on-field efforts, highlighting the complex interplay between performance, personality, and perception in professional sports. Fans eagerly await updates, analyzing body language, social media activity, and press interactions for hints, while journalists compete to break new insights, further fueling the narrative. Meanwhile, Vrabel maintains a measured public stance, demonstrating a blend of discipline, leadership, and strategic ambiguity, which only deepens the intrigue. The notion of a player contaminating a historic franchise like the Patriots raises questions about culture, accountability, and the human element behind professional sports, reminding everyone that even elite teams are vulnerable to internal friction. Insiders suggest that the ripple effect of Vrabel's statement has extended far beyond the locker room, influencing not only the team's internal dynamics, but also how opponents prepare to face the Patriots in upcoming games. Coaches and analysts from rival franchises are reportedly watching every clip, listening to every quote, and trying to determine whether the reported disruption could translate into on-field mistakes or hesitation. The speculation has created an almost cinematic tension surrounding the Patriots' upcoming matchups, as fans, journalists, and commentators debate endlessly about the identity of the so-called contaminator. Social media platforms are flooded with theories, ranging from harmless personality clashes to more serious allegations about off-field conduct, though nothing has been confirmed. Meanwhile, Vrabel's strategic silence only fuels the narrative, as insiders claim that maintaining ambiguity is a deliberate tactic, forcing players to reflect on their own behaviors while keeping external observers guessing. Analysts argue that this method could either unify the team by instilling self-awareness or exacerbate divisions if players feel unfairly scrutinized. Reports also suggest that the issue has subtly influenced lineup decisions, with Vrabel closely monitoring interactions, effort, and attitude during practices, indicating that no action or comment is too small to escape notice. The drama has created a high-stakes psychological game that extends well beyond the field. The rumor has also prompted discussions among sports psychologists and leadership experts, who weigh in on the potential implications of labeling a player as contaminating. They argue that such terminology carries immense psychological weight, capable of triggering introspection and behavior modification, but also capable of provoking defensiveness, secrecy, or even rebellion within a team of professional athletes accustomed to autonomy and recognition. Internal sources claim that Vrabel has been meticulously observing the team for subtle signs of friction, communication breakdowns, and minor conflicts that might indicate underlying issues, signaling his commitment to preserving the team's culture. Analysts note that such an approach requires finesse, as mishandling the situation could erode trust between players and coaching staff, undermining cohesion and performance. Meanwhile, the media has amplified every nuance, dissecting body language during practices, scrutinizing post-game interviews, and analyzing social media interactions to construct possible narratives. The public fascination with the story has reached a fever pitch, as fans speculate endlessly on forums, podcasts, and social media threads, creating a self-reinforcing loop of rumor, interpretation, and counter-rumor. The Patriots front office, remaining officially silent, leaves room for conjecture, while insiders hint that discreet interventions and private conversations are ongoing, aimed at steering the team toward unity without publicly escalating the drama. Adding further intrigue, rumors suggest that veteran players may be taking sides, consciously or unconsciously influencing locker room dynamics, alliances, and conflicts. Insiders claim that subtle power plays and whispered conversations are shaping perceptions, with some players feeling compelled to align with certain teammates, while others attempt to distance themselves from tension-filled situations. Analysts speculate that this could have tactical implications, affecting communication during games, the flow of leadership, and even morale during critical moments, making the identity of the so-called contaminator a matter of strategic concern as much as interpersonal conflict. Meanwhile, Vrabel reportedly continues to walk a fine line, balancing firm leadership with mentorship, observing and intervening where necessary, without explicitly naming the source of disruption. Social media continues to churn with speculation, as fans analyze practice footage for hints, scrutinize interviews for subtext, and debate endlessly over which player fits the description, while sports journalists try to confirm or debunk rumors with varying degrees of success. The story has evolved into a multi-layered narrative that captures the attention of the NFL community far beyond New England, blending strategy, psychology, leadership, and drama into a captivating saga. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Speculation around the Patriots' controversial situation has also spilled into broader discussions about leadership in professional sports, with commentators examining how Vrabel's decision to publicly allude to a disruptive presence reflects both risk and ingenuity. By avoiding direct identification while acknowledging the problem, he walks a delicate line that may encourage self-correction among players while maintaining overall authority and credibility. Analysts debate whether this approach can achieve long-term cohesion or if it risks amplifying mistrust and subtle divisions, highlighting the unpredictable interplay between communication, perception, and influence within elite sports environments. Meanwhile, insiders suggest that Vrabel is carefully managing interactions with key players, monitoring both performance and interpersonal dynamics to ensure that the team remains focused on collective objectives. Fans and media outlets continue to speculate, generating narratives that blend fact, interpretation, and imagination, fueling a rumor-driven story that has captivated audiences far beyond New England. Every press interaction, every social media post, and every subtle team adjustment becomes a data point in the unfolding saga, illustrating how psychological strategy, leadership, and rumor intertwine in the world of professional football. The narrative has also reignited debates over player accountability, team culture, and the role of leadership in managing interpersonal conflict. Analysts and fans alike dissect every possible scenario, considering whether the alleged contamination stemmed from personality conflicts, competitive tension, off-field behavior, or even tactical disagreements with coaching strategies. Internal sources hint that private discussions, subtle interventions, and targeted guidance are ongoing, reflecting Vrabel's commitment to preserving team cohesion without public escalation. The media has amplified each rumor, creating a feedback loop that affects both perception and reality as players and staff navigate heightened scrutiny. Observers speculate about the potential consequences for roster decisions, playing time, and team morale, while also analyzing how rival teams might exploit the perceived tension. In this high-stakes environment, every interaction carries weight, every decision has ramifications, and every rumor becomes part of a complex psychological game. The story's impact is magnified by the timing, as the Patriots enter critical matchups with playoff implications, making the resolution or escalation of the situation a pivotal element in the team's narrative and the league's broader drama. Sources claim that behind the scenes, Vrabel's approach is methodical and deliberate, designed to correct behavior, reinforce culture, and maintain authority without creating unnecessary conflict. Analysts emphasize that leadership in such situations requires both firmness and emotional intelligence, balancing accountability with empathy, while navigating the unpredictable responses of professional athletes under pressure. Meanwhile, the rumor continues to dominate conversation as fans, journalists, and commentators dissect every nuance, generating endless speculation and conjecture. The Patriots' locker room, once emblematic of discipline and cohesion, now becomes a focal point for intrigue, psychology, and strategy, illustrating how even elite teams are susceptible to internal friction and human complexity. Vrabel's handling of the situation may ultimately define perceptions of his leadership, testing his ability to manage personalities, maintain authority, and preserve performance under intense scrutiny. Social media amplifies every subtle development, creating a dynamic environment in which rumor, observation, and narrative intertwine to shape the story of a team navigating both external challenges and internal tension. Further reports suggest that the alleged contamination has subtle ripple effects, influencing practice intensity, communication patterns, and even leadership emergence within the team. Coaches and veteran players reportedly monitor interactions closely, noting subtle shifts in attitude, engagement, and responsiveness that may indicate underlying tensions. Analysts speculate that these dynamics could manifest in unexpected ways during games, influencing decision-making, on-field cohesion, and a team's ability to execute complex strategies under pressure. Meanwhile, fans continue to speculate, discuss, and theorize endlessly, turning minor observations into potential evidence of disruption or alignment, reinforcing the rumor-driven narrative. The psychological dimension of the situation adds another layer of complexity as players navigate expectations, peer influence, and the implicit pressure to self-correct, all while maintaining elite performance. Vrabel's strategic ambiguity, combined with private interventions, creates a delicate balance between accountability and morale, underscoring the challenges of leadership in high-stakes professional sports. The story's momentum suggests that developments could unfold rapidly, with every action scrutinized for clues, interpretation, and significance, keeping the NFL community captivated. Finally, insiders indicate that the situation remains unresolved, with Vrabel and his staff continuing to monitor, intervene, and subtly guide player behavior to preserve team culture and maintain performance standards. Analysts emphasize that leadership in such contexts is a complex art, balancing discipline, empathy, and strategy while navigating a highly visible, high-pressure environment. Fans, media, and rival teams remain fixated on every development, as speculation about the identity of the so-called contaminator and the potential consequences for team dynamics dominates discussion. The narrative has evolved into a multifaceted story blending leadership, psychology, rumor, and performance, captivating audiences far beyond the traditional Patriots fanbase. Each subtle shift, every interaction, and all nuanced behavior becomes part of a larger mosaic, reflecting the intricate interplay of personalities, power, and strategy in professional football. Vrabel's handling of the situation may define his tenure, influence player behavior, and set a precedent for how elite teams manage internal conflict under the unrelenting gaze of the media and public, ensuring that the saga will remain a central talking point for weeks, if not months, to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.